So very good morning to all present. Under the esteemed guidance of Professor Dr. Monica Rastogi ma'am, I, Dr. Tanushri, welcome all to the session of IIC on the topic Angel Investment VC Funding Opportunities for Early Stage Entrepreneurs to be conducted by IIC Cell of IMT College of Law. IIC Cell of IMT College of Law has always strived to inculcate a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship among its students, and this session is a part of such efforts. I take this opportunity to welcome Bhaskar Gupta sir, who is Dean IMT College of Polytechnic, to this session. Dr. Bhaskar Gupta, a veteran academician, come research scientist and director, NITRA Technical Campus, joined as an officiating director and dean at IMT Group of Colleges, Greater Noida in 2020. Dr. Gupta wears many hats as an academic professional. His works, other than basic teaching, include publishing and presenting several research papers in national as well as international journals, guiding MTech projects, working on various state and central government sponsored projects, and traveling around USA, South Korea, Oman, Afghanistan, Dubai, and Ethiopia on academic cum research mission in association with world's renowned universities. Notable amongst his R&D achievements are commercialization of electronic eye for blind people in collaboration with MSME Delhi, developing UAVs in collaboration with Korean Aerospace Industries Association, South Korea, working on DRDO sponsored project in robotics, completing NASCOM based project on software defined radio, and mentoring students for Microsoft Imaging Cup competition under software category. Dr. Bhaskar Gupta has been director of SSITM Aligarh, BIRTM Khurja, and NITRA Technical Campus Ghaziabad, having substantial exposure to administrative affairs as well. So I welcome you, sir, on behalf of MT College of Law, and now over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Tanushri. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for such a nice introduction. And good morning to one and all present here for today's webinar on angel investment, VC funding opportunities for early stage entrepreneurs. And this is one of the IIC 4.0 quarter 4 activities which is to be conducted by IIC institutions. I am very glad to take today's session on this fantastic topic, which is the demand of the modern era. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Director of College of Law, IMT Group of Colleges, Dr. Monica Rastogi, Dr. Tanushri, for giving me an opportunity to express my views for today's webinar. And this very specific theme we have chosen, that what are the different funding opportunities available around us for early stage entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs who want to start their business venture enterprise. So let's have a look at my PPT. I'm going to present in short while. Give me some time. Is it visible? Dr. Tanushri?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I officially welcome you all to this session on angel investment, venture capitalist funding opportunities for early stage entrepreneurs. What is it exactly? We are going to discuss about angel investment versus VCs. Angel investors or VCs can provide businesses with much needed growth capital, which is very much required in the beginning of any business cycle, because a lot of risk is involved during the startup journey, and there are no more investors who will be interested in providing you working capital for your day-to-day operations and other related tasks of your business. Here is how to find and secure funding from an angel. Let me just tell you, angel investors are the rich people who are not associated with any company, but they are having their own business They are very rich. They have a lot of money. If your idea is really innovative, really creative, if you have innovated the process, your service, or the product, in that case, angel investors can easily provide you financial support from 5 lakh to 10 rupees if they find your idea innovative. So in that case, you would have to be ready with your innovative business model, some technological breakthrough. What I mean to say, you all have to innovate the process by making use of disruptive kind of innovation like many other unicorn startups have been using, like Ola, Uber, Misho, Airbnb, Oyo Rooms, so many unicorn startups. So try to incorporate disruptive kind of innovation, radical kind of innovation in order to disrupt the entire market, in order to transform the industry, in order to create the entire new market for your business venture. Let's have a look at the advantages of angel investing. The main advantages of receiving an investment from angel investors are: provide access to additional financing. No need to pay monthly fees. Adding credibility to a business helps build your brand, make business agreement flexible. Angel investors place high value on the strength of a company's management team. Educating investors about the product or service is key, especially for a technology-based startup. Like all investors, angels want to see a clear path to return on investment. I would like to tell you, if you are approaching incubators, incubation program, in that case, some equity stake is there, which may vary from if you are having your startup at in institute premises using the facilities and infrastructure of college incubator. In that case, 2 to 9.5% equity stake is decided. And in lieu of this, the institute has to provide the infrastructural facilities, IT infrastructure, access to library services, mentoring support, co-working space, and seed funding services are being provided by the incubators or the pre-incubation programs. Like all investors, angels want to see a very clear path. This PPT is for business owners interested in obtaining angel investor funding. Angel funding sounds like it was sent from heaven, but you don't need a miracle to find it. By thinking very critically and using your network, you can find the right investors for your business venture. So if you look at the startup ecosystem, so it is about big companies. It is about supporting organizations. It is about research organizations, service providers, funding organizations, universities. Any startup ecosystem starts with innovative ideas, inventions, and research, of course. Startups at various stages. If you look at the startup life cycle, you would have to undergo the number of stages: entrepreneurs, startup team members. As a startup founder, you have to work as a team leader. That quality must be there. You have to be the moderate risk taker. You have to be courageous. Investors you have to look for. You should need mentoring support, advisors, other entrepreneurial people, successful entrepreneurs, people from related organizations who can help you out in this venture. What is the exact difference between angels and VCs? The difference between angel investor is an individual under $1 million investment, usually has other full-time job, usually is not involved with your company directly, may not ask for board seat. They are not interested in board seat and all that. They don't want to be any board member, but they want profit from your business venture. Wants bring product to the market. What they actually look for, your product must have readiness for launch into the market, for commercialization and revenue generation, and it must have some scalability and sustainability in your business. They look for invest in the long term. So this is about your angels and VCs. So VC means a company. It could be a company over 1 million investment as full-time job, wants a board seat. These people may want involvement with your company, wants to scale existing offering, wants large return on investment, help you go public, is all about venture capitalists. What is venture capital? It is the money provided by investors to startup firms and small businesses with perceived long-term growth potential. It is a very important source of funding for startups that do not have access to capital markets. It typically entails high risk for the investor, but it has the potential for above average returns. Most venture capital comes from investors, investment banks, and other financial institutions or partnerships. This form of raising capital is very popular among new companies or ventures which cannot raise funds by issuing debt. What is venture capital? It is a private or institutional investment made into early stage of startup companies or new ventures. As defined, ventures involve risk, having uncertainty. Extreme uncertainty is there in your startup cycle, in the expectation of a sizable gain. Venture capital is money invested in businesses that are very small or existing only as an initiative or in infancy stage, but have huge potential for the growth. The people who invest this money are called venture capitalists. The venture capital investment is made when a venture capitalist buys shares of such a company and becomes a financial partner in the business. Venture capital investment is also referred to risk capital or patient risk capital, as it includes the risk of losing the money if the venture doesn't succeed and takes medium to long-term period for the investments to fructify. What is the exact definition? How can we define it? Venture capital is equity support to fund a new concept that involve higher risk and at the same time have a high growth and profit. Venture capital it broadly implies an investments of long-term equity finance in high-risk projects with high rewarding possibilities. Venture capital means funds made available for startup firms and small businesses with exceptional growth potential. Venture capital is money provided by professionals who, alongside management, invest in young, rapidly growing companies that have the potential to develop into significant economic contributors. Features of venture capital investments: a lot of risk is involved, lack of liquidity, long-term horizon, equity participation and capital gains. Venture capital investments are made in innovative projects. Suppliers of venture capital participate in the management of the company. So what are the different methods of this type of venture capital financing? Through equity, participating debentures, or conditional loans. Funding process. The venture capital funding process typically involves 4 phases in the company's development: idea generation, startup, ramp up, exit. So it is up to you. First, you have to generate the innovative idea, that is called ideation. Ideation refers to the idea generation. Once you have empathized with the end users, you have to understand the wants and needs of your customers. You have to define the problem statement, and based on that, you will be developing the innovative idea. And then you will have to undergo the startup journey. You have to look for the scalability. You have to ramp up. And sometimes you have to go for exit also. If in the case your startup fails, idea generation and submission of the appropriate business plan. There should be an executive summary of the business proposal, which you are going to present in front of the angel investors or venture capitalists in case of early stage entrepreneurs. Description of the opportunity. You have to transform your idea into the business opportunities, and of course have to understand about your market potential, about your market size and your target market. Review on the existing and expected competitive scenario. Let me tell you, this is the red ocean. A lot of competition is there. So many people are sitting with same kind of product or service already available. So you have to be very careful during your startup cycle. Whatever the product you are going to develop, try to add value to your product. Think about value proposition. Take feedback by developing prototype. Do perform validated learning, perform iterations, do pivoting until you get the right product or service in your hands for commercialization, for revenue generation. Detailed financial projections, details of the management of the company. Once the preliminary study is done by the VC, they find the project as per their preferences. There is a one-to-one meeting that is called for discussing about your project in details. After the meeting, the VC finally decides whether or not to move forward to the due diligence stage of the process. So let me just again tell you, once you are going to have face-to-face interaction with the angel investors or the venture capitalists or the successful entrepreneurs or the people from the bank, be ready with your innovative business model, and it must be not, you have to present the PowerPoint slides. And I would say you should not make more than 10 or 12 PowerPoint slides because they are not very much interested in doing more theory. So please be more practical while going to pitch your idea in front of angel investors. Due diligence. The due diligence phase varies depending upon the nature of the business proposal. This process involves solving of queries related to customer references, product and business strategy, evaluations, management interviews, and other such exchanges of information during this time period. Short term sheets and funding. If the due diligence phase is satisfactory, the VC offers a term sheet, which is a non-binding document explaining the basic terms and conditions of the investment agreement. The term sheet is generally negotiable and must be agreed upon by all the parties, after which, on completion of legal formalities, legal documents, and legal due diligence, funds are made available to you. Types of venture capital funding: seed money, low-level financing for providing and fructifying a new idea. Startup, new firms needing funds for expenses related with marketing and product development. What is the first round? It is about manufacturing and early sales funding. Second round, operational capital for day-to-day operations given for early stage companies which are going to sell their products but not returning a profit. Third round, also known as mezzanine financing. This is the money for expanding a newly beneficial company. What is fourth round? Also called bridge financing. Fourth round is proposed for financing the going public process. So what are the advantages? They bring wealth and expertise to the company. Large sum of equity finance can also be provided. The business does not stand the obligation to repay the money. In addition to capital, it provides valuable information, resources, technical assistance to make your business successful. So what are the disadvantages? As the investors become part owners, the autonomy and control of the founder is lost. It is a lengthy and very complex process. It is an uncertain form of financing. Benefit from such financing can be realized in long run only. So exit route option is also there in case you want to take exit. There are various exit options for venture capital to cash out their investment in the form of IPO, promoter buyback, mergers and acquisitions, sale to other strategic investor. So if you look at the VC, it is a very complex process which always starts with fundraising, evaluation and investment, monitoring. If you want to take exit, then it is up to you, exit, and then finally distributing and going to approach the limited partners who are the investors, and again going back to the fundraising. So what is an angel investor? Angel investors are individuals or groups who invest in early stage or startup companies in exchange for an equity ownership interest. Finding an angel investor is only half the battle. Though once you connect, you will have to successfully pitch your company to secure funding. Often, but not always, angel investors are accredited by the Securities Exchange Commission. To be accredited, angel investors must have either annual earnings of at least 2 lakh US dollar per year over the past 2 years and projected similar near future earnings. This annual salary minimum increases to 3 lakh US dollar if the angel investors files taxes jointly with their spouse. A total net worth of at least 1 million US dollar. Angel investors are individuals investing in early stage companies in exchange for equity or convertible debt. In recent years, angel investing has expanded to include large groups of investors who each contribute a small amount in order to crowdfund a much larger investment. What are the pros and cons of working with these people? Among the reasons you may want to seek funding from angel investors include angel investors may take larger risks. Unlike traditional debt financiers, angel investors are not beholden to banks or other institutions. This allows them to invest their money much more freely. As such, angel investors may be more likely to take investment risks virtually unheard of among banks and traditional debt financing providers. Your company can take less risk. Often, angel investors don't require any kind of repayment if your company fails. This arrangement is far less risky than funding your company through business loans or other debt financing routes that require repayment of money no matter how your company fares. The pros and cons of business angel investments. If you look at the advantages of these angels, it is about they are adding value, geographically dispersed, more permissive investors. Seek smaller deals, prefer startup and early stage, invest in all industry sectors like high-tech firms. Added bonuses, leveraging effect is there, giving loan guarantees, no more high fee. So what are the disadvantages? Little follow-on money. Bonus say in firm could turn out to be devils, no national reputation to leverage. Angel investors and knowledge are very knowledgeable. Most angel investors didn't just magically acquire their massive amounts of money. They had to learn a ton along the way to grow their wealth. When an angel investor funds your company, you get access to the knowledge your investor has acquired and can use it to grow your own company. This background can prove especially helpful if your company is a startup. Although 9 in 10 startups fail, 3/4 of the startups fail every year. Angel investor knowledge can make your company the one success story. Despite these advantages, you may feel about turning to angel investors due to their primary and really Only this disadvantage: in exchange for their investment, your angel investor receives a stake in your startup, which has ramifications for your company's decision making. When an angel investor has a seat at your table financially, they also get a say in your operations. So do I want an angel? So what are the advantages? Very fewer producers may invest in earlier stage businesses, quicker decisions, flexibility, maybe cheaper, longer term view, hands-on experience and advice. What are the disadvantages? Second round funding and very less chance of syndication. Middle sum, less investment experience than VC firms, less prestigious than VC, buying a job, Midas complex. This setup means less independence in your business decisions. And in the case of an angel investor who owns more than 49% of your company, it means you are no longer the primary decision maker in your own business. As such, if you want to retain executive independence, this one drawback of pursuing angel investor funding could outweigh the numerous advantages listed above. So please be careful once you are going to sign agreement with what angel investors or VCs. Angel investing is all about trust and relationships. It is not impossible to build relationships over the internet, but it can be hard to get the best angel funding for your business. You will have to get out there and meet people. You can find angel investors at events such as fundraisers and conventions. There are also several online platforms to help you find the right people before you connect in person. You can also look for angel investment networks or the groups. If you are pitching angel networks, your success rate will probably decrease at least a little bit. So after you find your potential investors, set up a time to meet with them independently so they can listen to your pitch, polish your business pitch before your meeting. Your pitch should be succinct, clear, and memorable. Someone who doesn't know anything about you or your business should be able to learn everything they need to know just from that pitch. Draw up a thorough business plan as well. If you nail your pitch, that's the next thing your potential investor will ask for before you get any angel funding. So how to raise funds for your business? With the help of bootstrapping method, startup accelerators. You can approach accelerators like Atal incubation centers are there. Number of accelerators are there existing in the country. You can have a list of angel investors from your incubators, VCs, and you can directly talk to them. You can present your idea in front of them. TBI, technology business incubators, if your startup is technology-based startup. Of course, VCs for providing funding support and crowdfunding approach. What is key takeaway from this? To raise angel funding, attend conventions or find investors online, then pitch your business and present a business plan. If you are not the fundraiser or convention type, then you are probably looking at online platforms. The three below platforms are among the most versatile angel investor search options for business owners of all stripes. Know who you are looking for, look close to home, comb through online properties, do social networking, realize that many angels don't fly solo, use the connection services, frequent angel investor events, ask around locally, word of mouth, leverage the power of networking, local business and networking events, industry conferences and trade shows, alumni events, Chamber of Commerce meetings, volunteer at local organizations and charities, or attend charity events, become a guest speaker, host your own event. Angel Capital Association, the ACA is the world's largest angel investor association, Its membership includes tens of thousands of accredited investors and hundreds of angel groups seeking opportunities in United States. Angel Investment Network, both business owners and angel investors can use AIN to find opportunities. As a business owner, you can create an account and then search for the list of investors or add a pitch to the network's database. GUST, formerly known as AngelSoft. So to date, GUST has connected business owners with 1 billion US dollar of angel investor money. It connects business owners with a single application that it sends to hundreds of angel groups that can then decide whether to pursue your company as a funding opportunity. So what is the key takeaway? Prominent online angel investor platforms include the Angel Capital Association, the Angel Investment Network, AIN, and GUST. What do angel investors look for in your company? If you are looking for an angel investor to fund your business, you may want to consider exactly what the investor is looking for to improve your chances of success. Angel investors look for experienced management teams. Exceptional management is vital for any business. 3/4 of survey respondents said the management team of a startup was their biggest consideration for investing. Startups are not only about the technology or business idea, but also very much about the people behind them. Said Swati Chaturvedi, CEO and co-founder of Propel, a compelling experience team that can sell the vision and the potential. Impact is the key to success and something savvy angels look at closely. Some exceptional qualities to have as part of a management team are integrity, clarity of strategy and approach, professionalism, and determination, Chaturvedi said. Angel investors need to understand your product or service. We all want to know where our money is going. Angel investors want to understand exactly what they are financing, especially for startups in the technological field. Since angel investors are investing their own money, building their trust and establishing a positive relationship with them are key to gaining their support. More than 50% of respondents claimed this as one of their top reasons for investing, and 94% find it helpful to have subject matter experts explain the technologies within their company before investing. In fact, many choose not to invest in specific businesses due to their inability to grasp their technology. The easier way we make it for angel investors to discover, evaluate, and participate in science and technology startups, the more we will see money going into these worthy companies and the benefits to humanity accrue, Chaturvedi said. Angel investors want a very clear path to realize a return on investment. Naturally, angel investors look for opportunities that will benefit them as well. Before anyone gives you angel funding, they need to know your predictions for their return on their investments or how much money they stand to make in comparison to how much they will risk on your business. Potential ROI was a top motivator for 49% of angels when making investment decisions. While some investors are indeed looking for financial compensation, not all are primarily interested in the money. Some want a different kind of return, the ability to solve the world's biggest challenges through the businesses they fund. Nearly 1/3 of angels choose to invest in a company based on its connection to important social issues. So different types of startups are there. You can go for social startups. Having an impact matters, especially when it comes to investing in things like curing diseases, feeding a growing global population, fueling the planet with clean energy, and even talking us into space, said Lisheng Wang, Propolex co-founder and head of investor development in a statement. Science and technology startups especially should take note that when raising capital, They should emphasize the impact of their solution besides potential returns to investors. It is not only about the what, it is also about the so what. This survey was based on the responses of more than 200 active and aspiring angel investors. Angel investors look to fund potentially profitable businesses with experienced leadership and clearly outlined products and services you are going to offer. Angel investors typically want to receive 20 to 25% of your profit. However, how much you pay your angel investors depends on your initial contract signed between the parties. Hammer out these details before they give you any money and have a lawyer draw up a contract at that point of time, which will make your angel investors feel very safer in their investment. Unlike traditional VCs, angel investors make their investment decisions very quickly and rarely require a broad seat as a condition of investment. They also usually invest smaller amounts of money than VCs do. This makes them an attractive funding option for startups that don't need large investments and want to retain more control over their business. Angel investors can make a lot of money if they know what they are doing, but angel investing can be very risky. So it's easy to lose a substantial amount of money as well. If you want to become an angel investor yourself, do your homework on the company you want to invest in and sign a contract before you hand over any funds. Potential startups that are worth the risk have knowledgeable leadership and thorough business plans, as well as convincing pitches. Vet the startup's leaders as thoroughly as you would for any other significant new relationship, and your investments can pay off big time. So here it is a list of angel investors: Indian Angel Network, V Founder Circle, Mumbai Angels, Fed Network, the Chennai Angels, Agility Ventures, Dexter Angels, Angel Bay, Hyderabad Angels. Here are 7 angel investor websites where you can start your search for your angel investor, for your VC, for funding support. If you are going to be an early stage entrepreneur: Angel List, Life Science Angels, Technology Cost Angels, Golden Seeds LLC, Hyde Park Angels, Founders Club, Angel Investment Network. So you can type this in your Google browser and you can directly download the list of angel investors and VCs in your particular area. I would say you have to see first in which area you are going to work, your startup is working. If it is agriculture based startup, so there are numerous agriculture based incubators in India. So it varies from on which theme you are going to work. So according to that, you can choose your incubator for the support for the angel investors list, and you can also browse, these angel investor websites. Thank you very much, Dr. Tanushri. That's all from my side. Over to you.
As we come to the end of this session, I thank our guest, Dr. Bhaskar Gupta sir, for such a wonderful session. It was honor and privilege to have you with us today, sir. I thank all the listeners as well. And I'll be sending, in case there are any questions, I'll be sending it to you, sir, on your official email ID.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. I would like to answer the questions. You can send to my email, or you can send in my You can WhatsApp me also.
Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to express my views for today's session. Thank you very much. Shall I leave now?
Yes, sir, if you wish, you can.